Fellas, money is not the root of all evil. Let me explain this to y'all. Money is not the root of all evil. Poverty and being broke is. Laziness is the root of all evil. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to give y'all some context. First, I'm going to give y'all an example of what prompted me to have this conversation with y'all. I saw a TikTok. It's been a TikTok that's been going viral that I seen over the last couple days. And it was basically a guy that said he would rather him make 50,000 and his wife make 50,000 before he go off and make $250,000 on his own, basically because he wants both of them to work and because his work-life balance is gonna be off and all this other stuff. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Don't listen to these soft dudes out here that's telling y'all not to go out here and get the money. Go out here and get the money, because I'm gonna explain to y'all what money is. Money is options. You will never get me to stop chasing money. And I'm not even saying chasing money, but you will never be able to get me to stop doing the things that I need to do to be able to generate revenue, generate money, generate options. You will never be able to do that. These dudes are soft. These dudes are lazy. These dudes don't want to work. You are so adamant on your wife working that you're saying that you'd rather leave another $150,000, $200,000 on the table just so that your wife can work. Let me explain something to y'all. People will have you thinking that money is the root of all evil and money brings out the worst in people. Understand that, yes, that is part of that is true. But I'm gonna tell y'all what also brings out the worst in people: poverty, not having enough money. Because you know what happens when people don't have enough money? They start taking stuff from others. They start doing crimes. They start doing things that they're not supposed to do because they are hungry and they in survival mode. Being hungry is the root of all evil. But they will have you believing that it's money, when in reality, all money does is make you more of who you already are. Because I'm going to explain something to y'all. When I really get money, y'all going to really see who I am. And not that I'm going to change my personality or change who I am. You're going to see the things that I actually really like. You're going to see the things that I actually want to get into. Because I'll have more money to invest. I'll have more money to work on my passions and stuff like that. That's what money is. Let me tell you something. As a man, our job is to provide, bro. Protect and provide for the women in our lives. That's just what it is. These days, modern guys will have you thinking if you spend $1 on a woman, if you take care of your woman, that you a trick or you a simple stuff and stuff like that. That's not the case. Now, if you got a woman that's using you, then that's the case. If you got a woman that don't add no value into your life, then that's the case. But we are out here to get it. I don't care nothing about work-life balance. I need to get it, because I'm going to tell y'all, money can do a lot of stuff. We live in a capitalist country. Anybody that lives in America, we live in a capitalist country. This is a business. This is just what it is. I can take care of all my family and make sure that my family is straight if I got the money to do so. So I'm going to go out here and get the money. I can live in a better place if I got the money. I can make sure that if my mother ever needs something, she's straight. I can make sure that my mother can have money when she retires. I can make sure that she drives the nicest car. I can make sure that she lives in a good place. I can make sure all of that happens because I have the money to do so. If I want to send my children to private school, if that's what I choose to do, I can do that because I have the money to do so. That's what I'm trying to get to. But these dudes out here that are acting like getting money and chasing money and going to grind and going to hustle when you need a work-life balance is soft. It's soft and it's lazy, and y'all don't need to, bro, do not listen to that crap. Do not listen to people that's telling you not to go out here and get the money. Now, there's another side to that. I'm not telling y'all to worship money, and I'm not telling y'all to put money over your health. I'm not telling you to put money over your family. I'm not telling you to put money over your morals. It's got to be some type of balance, of course. But if you're doing the right thing, if you're not scamming, stealing from nobody, taking from nobody, and you're not destroying your health, going out here and getting the money, go get the money. Because money is options, bro. Money is options. There are people that pass away and they don't leave nothing to their family. It's grown men out here every day that pass away every single day that can't leave nothing to their family. Bro, it's no way on earth that I'm going to choose, if I'm going to choose, because it's a choice. It's no way on earth that I'm going to choose to have kids and then not leave anything for my kids when I go. Because I didn't want to get out here and get the money because I want to work-life balance and because I didn't want to work hard. Our job is to work hard. And the crazy part is, life and working these days, right now, is easier than it's ever been. We got AI. We got computer jobs. I'm making money right now by posting videos. You can't sit here and tell me that men are not supposed to be going out here and getting the money. We are supposed to be going out here and getting the money. That is our job. That is our duty. If you go and get you a wife Your duty is to make sure that she's protected and provided for. If you have kids, you got to make sure that they're protected and provided for. That's just what it is. But for these men or boys or whatever you want to call them to get out here and act like money is the root of all evil, no, poverty is. People are in jail. There's a lot of people in jail because they took from other people because they didn't have. Laziness is the root of all evil. You know why people scam? You know why people take stuff from others? Because they don't want to actually get out here and grind and build up their own platform. They don't want to grind, build up a career, build up a business or whatever. So they rather take money from you. They rather take money from the people that actually work hard. That's the root of all evil in my eyes. Now, again, I'm not telling y'all, I'm not telling y'all to worship money. I'm not telling y'all to look at money like God, but money is a tool. Never forget it. Never forget that money is a tool. And when you have that tool does a lot of things. You can get the best health care. Bro, for those people that got family members that are sick, you can make sure that they get the best doctors, the best care. If you ever get in legal trouble, not saying that you should, but let's just say that you do. Maybe you didn't even do anything wrong, but you get into something. You can get the best lawyers. Money is a tool. And for these dudes out here to act like you're not supposed to be getting the money as a man, it's crazy to me. Y'all are clowns. And so I got to come on my platform and tell y'all, hey, fellas, go get the money. Start that business. Start that hustle. Start whatever you're going to do. Go to school. Go get a trade. Go do whatever you need to do to get the money. Because if a dude or a man is telling you, hey, man, don't worry so much about the money. You got to have work-life balance, man. Forget work-life balance. I'm not worried about work-life balance. I'm worried about getting to it so that I can make sure that everybody around me is straight. I'm worried about getting to it so I can have the option. See, that's the thing. Options is what money is. It's options. It's options to do things that you want to do. Remember I made that video on living how you want to live versus living how you have to live? Money allows you to live how you want to live. Money allows when you go on a trip, you can choose to say, maybe I want first class, maybe I want business class. Living how you have to live is scraping up money just so you can get into economy and you barely there because you got to put it on afterpay. That's living how you have to live. We had that conversation. But when you have money and you have the abundance of money, and I'm not even there yet. That's the whole kill. I'm not even there yet, but every single day that I get up, every single day that I make a video, every single day that I go to work, every single day that I pour into my business, I'm chasing the money. I'm trying to get the money. I'm trying to generate revenue. I'm not worried about no work-life balance. I'm a man, bro. When did we stop being men? When did we stop wanting to provide? Now, again, there's another side to that. I'm not telling y'all to trick off on these hoes. I'm not telling y'all to trick off. I'm not telling y'all to just take care of people just because they're them. No, I'm saying take care of the people that you're supposed to be taking care of. Take care of your wife if you got one. Take care of your kids if you got them. Another thing, I don't want my kids to go to daycare. Whenever I have kids, because I'm being very intentional about having kids, right? When I have kids and my kids are born, I want to be able to have the money to have the option if my wife goes to work or not. And you know what? I don't want her to go to work because I don't want my kids in daycare. But when you don't got no money and you talking about work-life balance and all this other bullshit, and you talking about all this other stuff that don't matter, you gonna have to put your kids in daycare, and now your kids are gonna be learning things from their foundational years are gonna be spent with other people that you don't know. Because your wife gotta go to work, or your girl gotta go to work, or your baby mama gotta go to work because you ain't got the money to be able to take care of everybody. You a man, bro. We are men, and we're supposed to provide. I don't know who came on the internet and told y'all that men's job is not to provide anymore, but it is. I'm all for holding women accountable. I'm all for saying don't trick. I'm all for saying don't simp. I'm all for saying don't do all of that. But it's no way in the world that a grown man should have got up on a video and said he would rather make 50. First of all, 50K a year is nothing. Bro, that is nothing. He said he would rather him make 50,000 and his girl make 50,000 or his wife make 50,000 so she can go to work so that he's not taking care of the financial load by himself, but he's making 250,000. So he said forget the 250,000 because he don't want to work that hard to make 250 so that his wife can go to work. Come on, bruh. Men, we gotta tighten up. Let's get the money. What are we talking about? I'm trying to figure out what is there to do if we ain't going out here and getting the money and trying to make a lot of money and trying to take care of our folks and trying to take care of our family. Money is a tool, bro. Money is a tool. Never forget that. Understand that wholeheartedly, that money is a tool and it can be used for a lot of things. If your car break down, when you got money, you go get it fixed or you go get a new car. If your mom fall on hard times or whatever the case is, you can be like, all right, ma, I got you. You can stay here. You could do this or you could do that. I got you. If your grandparents got bad health or whatever the case is, you could say, okay, I got the money. I'm gonna make sure that you got the best doctors. I'm gonna make sure that you get the best care. I'm gonna make sure that your medication is paid for and all that other stuff. When your folks get old, you don't got to put them in a nursing home, and maybe you can go get them a live-in nurse or a nurse that comes in during the day or whatever, so they could be in the comfort of their own home and don't got to go to these places where they get beat on by these nurses and stuff like that. That's what money do. It's not just about buying cars. It's not just about living flies, because we're gonna do that too. We definitely gonna do that. We gotta do that. But I'm talking about all the other things that people don't think about when they think about money. Everybody think, but I'm gonna tell you who says that money's the root of all evil. People that don't want to get up and grind and don't want to get it. Again, don't worship money and don't treat money like God, because at the end of the day, health is wealth and you got to take care of your health. But guess what? You know what's crazy about that too? When you got money and you have an abundance of money, you can be healthier because you have access to better things. You have access to better food. There's a lot of things you can do that people that don't have money can't. So, bro, I better not hear any of my followers, any of the people that support me, anybody that's on this journey with me saying that they ain't worried about the money. What you mean? Ain't that what we work for? Ain't that what we do? People that don't got money gotta live paycheck to paycheck. That ain't how I'm trying to live. That ain't how I'm trying to live. Paycheck to paycheck is insane. That is the root of all evil. Bro, don't get me wrong. Money definitely brings out the truth of people, but guess what? More often than not, that person was that person already, bro. Money don't change you. It just reveals who you really are. It reveals who you were inside. So don't get caught up in that, oh man, I don't want to make. Bro, you know what's crazy? It's another story. It was insane to me. And this is how I knew that I couldn't listen to this dude. I may have told this story before, but I used to sell cars. For those that don't know, for those that are new, I used to sell cars. And I had got a job at a Ford dealership in Virginia. I got a Ford job, a Ford salesperson job. And we were in like I had just got there, so they were doing like a little bit of training, but I didn't really need no training because I had already sold cars before. This guy that was he knew what he was doing, and he was an older guy. Me and him got into it a couple times because I challenged him on stuff that he was saying. He didn't like that. Everybody else around him didn't know what they were talking about, so they listened to him. This dude got up here and said, I have seen sales managers make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year, right? That dude said, I would never want to make that much money because I don't want to pay the taxes on it. You said what? Brother, you said you don't want to make that much money because you don't want to pay the taxes? I knew then I couldn't listen to that dude. I knew then that he wasn't there. We wasn't on the same wavelength. So it was a couple things that we had not even got into it, but we had a tiny debate about, and he didn't like me and tried to pull me to the side, talking about, man, you're messing up my groove, you messing up this and that. I'm just like, bro, I'm just challenging you on what you're talking about because you sound crazy. What do you mean you don't want to make $600,000 a year? 600? Give me that. I need that, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Even at the worst tax rate, and this is before deductions, before exemptions, before, investments, all that stuff. Let's just say, hypothetically, you make $600,000, and let's just say they take 50%. That's still 300 racks. That's still $25,000 a month that most people don't make, and that's after taxes. And you telling me that you don't want to have an extra, not even an extra, but you don't want to make $300,000 net? Bro, I need the money. I need that. Don't get caught up in this. Don't get caught up in the BS when people tell y'all that money is the root of all evil and you shouldn't be chasing money. You should absolutely be chasing the money. You should absolutely be trying to get the money. What we doing? Let me tell y'all something, bro. When I get married, my wife ain't gonna have to work. She will work if she wants to, but she won't have to. And I'm never gonna depend on I will never depend on a woman in my life. When that dude said he'd rather make $50,000 and she make $50,000, they put it together, I don't need no woman money, bro. I'm a man. I will never in my life depend on a woman for her side of the money. I will never be in a position to where I gotta text my wife saying, hey, I need you to send me half for the mortgage. You won't catch me doing it, bro. Because that's why I'm being intentional. That's why I don't have no kids right now. And that's why I'm not married right now. But bro, I'm not dependent on a woman, bro. I'm not dependent on nobody. I'm gonna get it. And my wife can work electively if she wants to. That's what being a man is, bro. Y'all gotta tighten up. Any of y'all that's thinking that it's you ain't supposed to get out here and get the money is crazy to me. That ain't the root of all evil. Poverty is the root of all evil. When people are poor and when they're in survival mode, bro, they do things that they're not supposed to because they're trying to survive. So how can you tell me money is the root of all evil when money lets you live a life of abundance? Money gives you options. Money gives you better health. Of course, you still got to be a good person. You still got to get, we talk about the character. We talk about all of that. We talk about all of that on this channel. But bro, come on, man. We got to get the money. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this video in the comments. Y'all got to tighten up if y'all not worried about the bag. Get the money. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in another one.